Yeah.
Right, and the Knicks did shop KP for AD. They did explore that. And
but I mean,
the Pelicans want no part of it.
Well, the Pelicans were worried he wouldn't resign. KP wouldn't resign with him.
That's also a slap.
I mean,
that's kind of a slap in the face
with
to New
AD
Orleans
too. But the Pelicans are, you know, I personally don't think that they're handling this very well. I would have taken this most recent LA offer, which was like everybody on their team and then 4 first-round picks. I would have taken that.
Yeah.
Now they're demanding 6 to 8 because they're being ridiculous. They're not going to get a better haul than that in the summer. I don't care if Boston's involved. AD doesn't want to sign long-term with Boston, so like Boston's not going to give them Jason Tatum unless they can get AD long-term, and they're not going to.
What his trade request and the locations he picked says to me is he wants to be in LA or New York. He wants to be in the limelight. Or he wants to play with another young, just freak athlete and thinks he could get Giannis to stay in Milwaukee. Imagine that. AD and the Greek freak together.
I don't think it's.
I would want to see that. I don't know what the Bucks would give up because him naming these other teams, I feel like is just reiterating that he wants to go to LA because none of the Knicks, none of the Bucks, Bulls, whoever can give the Pelicans as much as the Lakers can. The Lakers have, a lot of assets in their young guys and in the amount of picks that they're willing to give that, we're just not gonna be able to match. Sure, we have some picks and whatnot, but we need those picks. We don't have a solid core to build around. If we get AD and we have to sell the house for him, then we're not going to be in a good situation.
No.
So I think it's still pretty much him saying Lakers are bust.
At this point, though, if I'm the Lakers, I'm saying, you know what? We're good. We have room for a max contract in 2021. We're good for now.
Right, and then they can also wait until the off season and bid on him then when the Pelicans realize that they're not getting what they want. And I don't know if this is just them thinking that they can convince AD otherwise, but they had 7 years to build around him and did a terrible job at it. So this is on them. This is on their mismanagement of a superstar, and they deserve this. They deserve. I hope they get a worse haul now because they're being so intransigent and sure, I guess AD is going to be a Laker, which those poor Laker fans, they've suffered so long without a freaking championship, but
from what it seems like, if he doesn't get traded by Thursday, because that's the trade deadline, if he doesn't get traded by Thursday, he's not going to get traded at all this season, obviously, because of the trade deadline. But didn't they say that he's prepared to sit out all of next season if he doesn't get traded?
Yeah, if he did.
Yeah, so if they don't trade him and he just sits out, then they're going to get a lot less of a haul when they're like, he's not even playing. So why would we give you all these guys when you have someone who's not even playing? He might be injured. Why would we do that?
Because they know that he's not injured.
Yeah, but you don't have any leverage at that point. If you're the Pelicans, you have absolutely no leverage. His value goes
your
down.
Leverage still remains the same. I have a player that you want who is a player that is unlike almost any other player in the NBA.
Right, but then at that point, I'd be like, all right, we'll see you next season. That's my. If I'm the Lakers, that's my mentality.
That's the team's chance of doing that if they want to try and make that opportunity. I mean, it doesn't. Him sitting out and him being in the games like this season doesn't, to me, change the situation much at all.
Well, if he's not playing, he has no value to the Pelicans, which means they don't have any leverage.
The Pelicans are willing already to do this out of spite.
Right.
So you think a year to them is going to be skin off their back? No, it's going to be like another fuck you to Anthony Davis.
Right, and then they get nothing for him because he's just going to walk.
Right, but if they're going to get nothing for him this year and they're going to get nothing for him in the offseason, why don't give a big fuck you to him and be like, guess who's not getting paid this year?
Well, no, that's the argument that I'm making. There's no reason for them to just let him walk in a year and a half when they can trade him for 5 players and 4 picks.
Yeah, but obviously they clearly don't want to do that. So just because you see the logic in it doesn't mean that's what the fucking Pelicans are going to do.
That's what we're arguing, is it's stupid on their part.
There's no fucking argument. It's clear as day. I can explain this to a toddler and they'd understand.
They're stupid. They're making...
Yes. After having Anthony Davis for 7 years and you didn't build a team around him was fucking stupid. You think this was run by geniuses?
Can we get Nelly back involved with the team?
Anyone. It's like Dolan's fucking put the front office together for both.
He might have. It's quite possible. Quite possibly did. Jesus Christ. So, for Anthony Davis, I took a picture, and I just want to go through exactly what the official offer was. And I think the Lakers are doing the smart thing here and releasing what it is that they offered. Lonzo, Kyle Kuzma, Ingram, Rajon Rondo, Lance Stevenson, Beasley, 2 first-round picks. Supposedly, the Pelicans made it seem like they'd be interested in more picks, and the Lakers were like, whatever you want. And they still have said no. No, they didn't say no. They haven't said anything. So
what I heard was it was 2 firsts, and then the Lakers were willing to go up to 4, and then the Pelicans
wanted 2 seconds.
No, we need 6 to 8, and then the Lakers were like, fuck off.
No. And then the most recent has been come at us with an offer. And if they didn't take that with Lonzo, Kuzma and Ingram, Lonzo, Kuzma, Ingram, Rondo, Lance, Beasley, 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, but I mean, you're getting a bunch of fucking...
That's a good haul for an unhappy player.
If that was offered for KP, damn, yes. Don't hesitate.
We were going to get that with an injured KP who's also not as proven as AD.
Right.
AD has, attended 80-something% of his career games. KP's attended like 60%.
Right.
So,
and also, the Lakers were willing to take Solomon Hill to give them cap relief.
Right. And I don't know what else the Pelicans want, because you're not going to get better than that. You're not going to get it you've pissed off AD. He wants to be a Laker. He's made that abundantly clear. So you're not going to get anything better from any other team, because no team's going to be like, oh yeah, let me sell the house for a rental. No, it's not going to happen. You might as well take it, because this is honestly a better offer than I thought the Lakers were going to put up, knowing that they have all the leverage here. It's kind of bullshit, because the players really shouldn't be able to dictate their teams like that. But, you got to deal with the cards you're dealt.
Right. And what do you... I jokingly threw out the idea of letting the players draft the teams instead of the team drafting the player. Go based off of GPA. Whatever players get the highest GPA picks the team they want to be on. You take the top 60 players, and each team can be selected by 2 players. So let's say...
There's no real way to go on their top GPA. North Carolina for years had classes you didn't have to fucking show up to.
You got 3 credits for study hall.
Yeah, but that's my point. I'm not going off GPA of obviously clearly inflated fucking numbers.
How many other colleges even offer study hall as a class? None.
No.
None.
No, I'm not letting the players draft teams.
So let's say this year the top 2, theoretically, we'll say Zion Williamson and RJ Barrett. If they both select the Warriors, sorry for anyone who wanted to be a Warrior.
No. Just no. A million times no. Can't express no more enough.
It's not an actual suggestion because obviously it won't work. Well, it's just bullshit that these players have so much power that these teams, like, honestly, I feel like at this point teams might as well be like, all right, you don't want to be here, just go. We're not paying you, just go.
You're going to get my rant right now because this is it. This is fucking specifically it. Any person who fucking pulls this shit should be fined. I'm talking huge sums of money. Like, fucking half of your paycheck if you try and pull this bullshit. You shouldn't have a say in anything. You want to know who has a say? People with a no trade fucking clause. Those are the people who can say, I want to go somewhere. The second you open your mouth and you say you want to go anywhere, I don't give a shit if it's you, your agent, your mother, your dad, your grandfather, or your fucking dog with a message on his neck. You're fined half of your paycheck for that fucking year. You open it again, it's all gone. You don't get the fucking right to dictate this. You chose to play a game where you got chosen by a team. You have a fucking responsibility. Either A, don't do that and don't get paid, or get paid and shut the fuck up.
The other, to go off of what you're saying, AD's been in the league for how long now?
7 years?
They don't do 7-year contracts for rookies.
Yeah, but
that means he re-signed with the team.
Saying. If you want a different team, do it when you're about to fucking... If you went off the team, you can demand a trade. I have no problem with anyone demanding a trade. You don't get to dictate that trade. If you want to dictate your trade, get a no trade clause. If you don't want to have that ability, you don't get to say shit, okay? You chose this. No one made you fucking sign that piece of paper. No one pressured you into doing that. And if they did, you have a shitty agent and you are a grown man. Nut the fuck up.
This is an outside the box, and
because you don't get to say where you get drafted. Well, you should never have this ability to do this because then why have all these teams? Why don't we just have fucking 8 and have the greatest players play in the 8 major cities? Why don't they become the AFL or AAF of fucking basketball so that we can get rid of all the shit that's lingering around? Because who cares?
What would you think about? And I know this would never happen. Just getting rid of the NBA draft altogether. Everyone's on a 1-year contract every year. So no contracts longer than 1 year.
I would rather have that. And I would have the draft every year. Every NBA team, your salary gets depicted on based on the player rank that you are. Based on certain accomplishments and certain averages and certain things like that. Your skill level dictates your pay rank. It will all be guaranteed money, but we're just going to have the top whatever number of players, and we're going to have the top 12 teams, and every year they get to fucking draft.
So you want to eliminate 18 teams.
Obviously, this is complete bullshit. We might as well make it like a video game anyway. You got the esports league. Let's have the fantasy draft league like you can have. Because who gives a fuck, right? No one cares where they play. Apparently, so just limit it down to the couple of teams that teams want to play in, and then you'll clearly have a great cast of people, and you'll be fucking wonderful. It will be fucking grand. People can give a shit now, rather than have to suffer through a team where the Knicks, I couldn't even fucking tell you who's on the court right now.
Mitchell Robinson's the only one that I can tell. Everyone else looks the same.
Well, there's obviously DeAndre Jordan. He's playing. There's Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank.
Yeah, but you see the look on his face.
Kevin
he looks
Knox.
like he just smelled shit, and it's this team.
That's the truth. But
why is it that the player can now Kristaps Porzingis? Because here's the thing that really irritates me the most about the whole situation is because the moment they say I'm not going to sign a long-term contract with any team other than this team, you've basically handicapped the team to be able to do anything, and they should never be able to do that. That is influencing a team's ability to operate, which that should cause lawsuits in some businesses.
Yeah,
like if I was a lawyer for the fucking Pelicans right now, I'd be suing Anthony Davis because You are fucking up my business by opening your mouth.